All right. This one's got a little extra wrinkles for you. Is that what you were hoping for this morning? You're like, Miss Taryn, I want a tricky one. Well, here you go. I knew you wanted that. I'm sorry, I'm just joking around. This one's pretty tricky. We can do it though. A survey of athletes at a high school is conducted, and the following facts are discovered. 61% of the athletes are football players, 28% are basketball players, and 8% of the athletes play both football and basketball. An athlete is chosen at random from the high school. What is the probability that the athlete is either a football player or a basketball player? Yeah, that's tricky, huh? How are we going to do that? Well,
Add the two percentages together.
well, it's going to be pretty tricky in the fact. Here's the deal. Like I said, this is where things get a little more challenging. Exam 2 is a fair bit more challenging than exam 1 because of questions like this one. So here's how this is going to work. We notice there are two qualities being spoken of in this problem. Do you see that? What are the two qualities being spoken of? Whether they play on the football team, are they on the football team? Yes or no? And are they on the basketball team? Yes or no? Right? Those are the two qualities. We're identifying if people are on the football team. Yes, some people are, some people are not. Or are they on the basketball team? Yes, some people are, some people are not. Some are on both, some are on one only, some are on neither, etc. But those are the two qualities. Are you tracking with me? That's what you have to recognize. That's the challenge. This is what makes statistics kind of challenging. This is one of the hardest things in the whole course, honestly. This really is. For most people, this exam 2, this probability is about the hardest thing in the course. This is pretty challenging. You have to read those words and recognize, oh, it's one of those two quality problems. We're talking about whether football, you're either on the football team or you're not. And then basketball, you're either on the basketball team or you're not. Well, so what? What does that mean? Well, let me show you exactly what that means. Let me switch my share screen, and there's the notes. So this is why I want you to have the exam 2 notes. Everybody see the exam 2 notes? Here it is. I have laid it out for you right on these exam 2 notes. Everything that we need to do here, right on the exam 2 notes. So what does that mean? How is this going to work? Well, if you look closely at what it says here, when two qualities are listed, that's what we're talking about. Two qualities are listed. What do? You make a table with one quality going down the left side and the other quality going across the top. Everybody see that? Here, let me grab it in a way that might be easier for you. Yeah. Let me do that for you real quick here. I can do that real quick. And go. All right. Good. Okay, so that's our exam 2 notes. Let me switch back here for you real quick and grab those. Okay, so I just want to be able to make them a little larger for you. There we go. All right, got them. Okay, so exam 2 notes. Third is a little bigger for you to see more clearly. So notice 2 qualities are listed. That's what we have here, right? We have 2 qualities, either on the football team or the basketball team. Make a table with 1 quality going down the left side, yes, no, and the other quality going across the top, yes, no. So for example, I'm giving you an example here. This is all in your notes to help you. You can have this right with you on exam number 2. For example, 32% of the students own a tablet, 47% own a laptop. Those are 2 qualities, whether you own a tablet or not, whether you own a laptop or not. 25% own both, a tablet and a laptop. Okay. If a student is chosen random, probably they own either a tablet or a laptop. So step 1. So see how I'm making a table? And I say owns a tablet, yes or no. Owns a laptop, yes or no. And then I start filling in the percentages. And I say put 25%, blah, 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 blah. All right. So enough said. Let me go back to our lecture where we're at. Lecture homework 3.2. There we go. All right. So back to this. So let's do it. I'm going to make that table right now before your eyes here. Let's do it. So I'm going to make the table. That they're talking about. All right, so now it said take one of the qualities and put it down the left side. So football team. So I'll put over here, football team. Are you on the football team? Yes or no? And then put the other quality across the top. It doesn't matter which one you put on the side and which one you put on the top. Are you on the basketball team? Yes or no? You see what I'm doing? I'm making a table just like we did back here on question 2 and on question 1, right? See how it ended up, was the driver intoxicated? Yes or no? That's down the side, left side. Was the pedestrian intoxicated? Yes or no? Right? Because this was a problem with 2 qualities. Whether the driver was drunk or not, yes or no, and was the pedestrian drunk? Yes or no. So they just gave us the table already. The hard thing about this football basketball problem is they haven't given me the table. I got to make the table myself. So do you see it's the same situation as the driver being drunk and the pedestrian being drunk, yes or no for both. Here we're talking about whether you're on the football team, yes or no, and whether you're on the basketball team, yes or no. So you put one of the qualities on the left side, one of the qualities across the top. And now you start filling in the percentages. Where do you start? Well, if you look back at those notes, I show you step by step. I wrote all that out for you to help you get that straight because this is hard. So you start with this actually. Back up here. You start with this right here. 8% of the athletes play both. So that's going to go, where's the both box? Do you see it? Going to go right here because that's the yes, isn't it? 8% play both basketball. Why did I write 18? Sorry, guys. 8, not 18, not 18. 8%. 8% play both. So they're yes. Now, next, if you look back at the notes, you'll see I'm leading you through it step by step. What to do next is I say take the 61% of the athletes are football players, and it says put the total down here, total and total over here. And it says the total number that play football is 61%. Do you see that that's going to go right there? Do you guys see that? Because football, yes, whatever this box and this box is, has to total 61%, right? Because all the people on this top row are football yes people. They are on the football team. And they told us that 61% are football players. So that means the football total, yes, total has to be 61%. And then the basketball, yes, total is 28%. So that's got to go down here. because these are all the basketball. Whoops. These are all the basketball yes people, aren't they? 28% are on the basketball team. Is that good so far? Questions? Feel free to speak up. I know this isn't easy. I'm showing you all that in the exam 2 notes. I go through it step by step by step by step. And then next.
Mr. Heron, I have a question.
Yes, question.
So I'm a little confused as to why the 61 and the 28 aren't going inside the chart.
Really good question. How about if I put this, whoops. Yeah, what if I put the 61% right there? What would that mean about those people? They, yes, play football. Yes, they're on the football team. But no, they're not on the basketball team, right? And that would not be correct because that's not true to these words right here. What words? The words that say 61% of all the athletes are football players. That would be wrong because 8% and 61% would mean 69% are football players. You see how that can't be right? See, these two together must make 61%, not one of them alone, right? Because this box and this box are both football, yes, aren't they? These people play football and basketball. They're yes for both. And these people also play football. They just don't play basketball, right? So both of these groups are yes to football. So they have to total 61%, don't they? They can't be 61% themselves. If I put 61 here, that would make the total more than 61. And they told me right here, 61% is the total football. Very good question. Is that making more sense for everybody now?
Yes, thank you.
You see, yeah, very good question. See how that 61% has got to be the total football. It can't be, see, these boxes are not totals, are they? They're yes, yes, or yes, no, or no, yes, or no, no, right? They're not a total, though. So when they just say straight out 61% play football, that's the total football, whether they play basketball or not. That's just the total football. All right, I better move on. You're probably like, Mr. Heron's beating the horse. It's dead. Move along. All right, I'll move along.
So would you put 53 in that box then, or would you
Very
just leave that
good.
box
Now
blank?
we can find the other box by subtraction. Excellent. Right. That's the next step. If you look back at those exam notes, beautiful. Exactly. Now we find this box and this box by subtraction, right? Because the total, exactly, it's got to be 61. So if I take 61% minus 8% on my calculator, I get, what'd you say? Yeah, 53, huh? 53%. Beautiful. You guys are getting it? Good. So this has got to be 53 there. That's right. And then same thing down here. What is it? 28, 28. I'm getting kind of scribbly. 28% minus 8% is 20% down there. So that's got to be the 20%, which goes right here. Yeah. Does this table make a little more sense now? That's good. Sounds like it is for y'all. Good, good, good. Put that right there. There we go. All right. Is that looking good so far? So far, we're fitting the table to the truth of the words they said. So 61% play football. That's 8, and 53 makes 61. 28 play basketball. 20 and 8 is 28. 8% are yes, yes. Do both. That's fitting. We're making our table fit the truth of those words, aren't we? Now, here's the next step. The next step might be a little surprising to you. It's not a big deal, but it says go ahead and put down here in the lower right the 100%. If you look back at the notes I gave you, the exam 2 notes, you'll see the next step says now put 100% in the lower right-hand corner because that's everybody. And now you can find this spot and this spot by subtraction from 100%. In other words, I can find what this is going to be right here by taking 100% minus 61%. My calculator will tell me 39%. This has got to be, what did I wrote it in the wrong spot. This has got to be 39%. Are we good there? Right? Because this has to total 100%, doesn't it? 61 and 39, that's 100%, right? The number that are yes football and no football have to be everybody, has to be 100% altogether. Does that make sense? If I said, hey guys, 61% of you are going to get an A in this class, that would be great. I would love that. If 61% of you got an A in this class, well then how many would, that's yes, they got an A. How many then are not going to get an A? Well, you got to subtract from 100, don't you? Does that make sense? Whenever we take any quality and we do the yes and the no, they have to total 100 because you're either yes or you're no. That's 100% of the people. Either they're on the football team or they're not on the football team. One or the other, right? It's got to total 100%, doesn't it? So if we know 61% are on the football team, then 39 are not because we subtracted from 100 because you either got to be on the football team or not. So do you see how you can take any quality and you could do the yes or no? I could say, how many of you are, how many of you wear sandals almost all day long? Well, I don't know. There'd be some percentage. There'd be yes, and there'd be some, and then the rest would be no, and it'd make 100%, right? So my point is you can just pick any quality you want and split it among the yes and the no, and they have to total 100%. Either you wear sandals almost all day long or you don't. Yes or no, right? Either you have blue eyes or you do not, right? And on. We could pick any quality we want. Either you're married right now or you're not, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. So any quality. So we just said football, yes or no, they got a total 100. Same thing for basketball, right? You're on the basketball team, yes, or you're not. They have to total 100%. So we can come down here and we can find this answer by taking 100% minus 28, and that, what is that going to be? 72. So this one's got to be 72% because that's got a total 100 also, right? Any quality you want to pick. Basketball team, yes or no. Football team, yes or no. It's 100%. All right, that good? We have one more box to go. You see how we're going to get this box?
Wouldn't that be the 39?
This box, we can get this box here by the 39. Notice the 39's over here. That's the total. So now we can get it by subtraction, right? We can come in here. Let me do that. Let me get rid of this other stuff. And we can get it by subtraction. So I'm going to say, okay, come in here, this box, and I'm going to take 39% minus 20%, which is 19%. Or we could have done it vertically. We could have taken 72% minus 53, right? Because they have to add up, right? You see how they've got to add up? These have to add up, or these have to add up. Either way, it'll work either way. You get the same answer either way. It's the beauty of math. It's true. It's nobody's opinion. You follow truth, you're good. You'll get 19% either way because it's what's true, which is what I enjoy about math. Everybody has their opinion about everything. Boy, we're seeing that politically these days. But I'm more into what's true. Just nobody's opinion. This is what's true. So 19%. That's got to be. All right, we're almost done with this problem. That was a lot of work just to get the table. You can see we've raised the bar a little bit. This probability stuff is challenging. It's going to take hours of your life practicing this in order to learn it. You have to be with this is math and science. You have to be willing to give it your life, hours of your life. All right, let's answer the question. We've got the table now. And you understand the table, right? You know what this table means. 8% play football and basketball. 53% play football but not basketball. 20% not football, yes basketball. 19% no football and no basketball, right? Here we go. What's their question? With all that work now, what is their question? What is the, an athlete is chosen at random. What is the probability that they play either football or basketball? Oh, it's an or one again. After all that work, we've got an or question again. Do you see the big or there? Football or basketball? Football or, I'll say BB, basketball, right? What does or mean? Either one. All right, so it's football, yes, or basketball, yes, right? So let's do this. Let's just grab all the basketball yes. So this is yes, right? Because all those people play basketball, don't they? So they're asking us how many people play either football or basketball. Well, we need the 8%. We need the 20% because they all play basketball. So yes, they play either basketball or football. They all play basketball. And then we also need all of these. We've already got the 8%, right? Because they all play football. This is the only one down here that's a no. Everybody see that? So again, we get 3 spots in the table. So if you add those up, I don't know what that is. Is it
81.
Yeah, 81%. 81%. We're done with the problem finally. So if you grab one of the athletes at random, the chance that they would be playing either football or basketball is 81%. Because we added these up, because that's what or is. Or means you add up in the table. We had all the work to get the table. Most of the work was getting the table, wasn't it? We had to make our own table. And then once we made the table, we did the or, and the or means anybody that's yes on basketball or yes on football. The only people that we didn't choose was the 19%, which is no on both. So 81% is the answer. Questions I can answer on that one?
So my question is, on the side where it says 61%, 39%, and then 100 at the bottom, is that going to be the case in every problem like this, or is it just specifically for this problem?
Yeah, good question. So what I would do to answer that best is refer you to the notes. Let me show you. That's a great question. Where are my notes? Let's see if I can grab them for you real quick. Here, let me just go back and grab them. Sorry, it's taking me a minute here. There they are. Send 2 notes. All right, yeah, so great question. So here's on the notes, 2 qualities are listed anytime. You're going to go through I just go through all the steps I just did with you for the table. So your question about the 100%, yes, always fill in the bottom right as 100%. Anytime you're having one of these 2 quality problems, and then find the other blanks by subtraction. So there's that 100, and we're getting the other ones by subtraction. See, we didn't have them back on the previous step. So yes, it'll always happen like that with the 100 and the subtraction, and same thing here, the subtraction on these problems in which they have 2 qualities listed. That's right. Good question. Let me go back to our problem, if I can find it. There it is. Yeah, good question. Other questions I can answer on this one?